This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of Thursday, July 25th, 2024. I'm Marek Mazurek. Lafayette-based Neches Land Trust broke ground Wednesday on its $1 million stewardship headquarters in Warren County. Executive Director Shannon Stannis said in addition to housing the organization's stewardship team, the facility will serve as a working storage space to support restoration projects, hiking trails, and outreach events that expand community access to local natural areas.
This facility is crucial for us to meet our protection goals for the land. It is one thing to protect a prairie from becoming a parking lot, but if you don't actually actively care for that prairie, it will degrade over time and biodiversity will be lost. So with the stewardship facility, we are going to have a centralized location to store all of the supplies necessary to take care of the properties in our protection.
Stannis said the facility is a vital step in the organization's plan to nearly double its current land holdings to 8,000 acres by 2030. Construction on the facility is expected to be complete in 2025. The U.S. economy grew by an annual pace of 2.8% in the second quarter, surpassing economists' expectations and signaling a continued trend of strong growth. Thursday's report from the Commerce Department said the gross domestic product, the economy's total outputs of goods and services, picked up in the April to June quarter after growing at a 1.4% pace in the January to March period. The GDP report also showed that inflation continues to ease while still remaining above the Federal Reserve's 2% target. The latest figures should reinforce confidence that the U.S. economy is on the verge of achieving a rare soft landing whereby high interest rates engineered by the Fed tame inflation without tipping the economy into a recession. Consumer spending led the way in shaping the second quarter's high growth rate after it shows signs of slowing in the first quarter. Business investment also played a key factor in the uptick, specifically with businesses increasing their inventories. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
IBJ Media, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indiana Economic Development Corporation invite you to the Engage Indiana series, presented by CareSource, Indiana University, and Old National Bank. With an unrelenting focus on growing Indiana's economy, we'll dive into each region's unique challenges and distinct opportunities for growth. 9 regions, 1 goal. Indiana's bold future starts here. Discover more and register at ibj.com/engage.
The University of Notre Dame is joining the STARS network in an effort to increase rural students' admission into some of the country's top schools. STARS stands for the Small Town and Rural Students Network, and it includes 32 elite colleges in the U.S. As part of the initiative, Notre Dame is committing to visiting high schools in remote areas and develop partnerships with community organizations and rural high school counselors. Studies show students in smaller communities are less likely to encounter college recruiters or attend events on campuses. And Major League Soccer officials are still playing it close to the vest regarding Indianapolis's bid for an expansion team. On Wednesday, MLS Commissioner Don Garber said Indianapolis is, quote, following the playbook and, quote, doing so far everything right. However, he also said that the addition of San Diego in 2025 will be, quote, the end of expansion for a time. Garber's comments come after Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett was in Columbus earlier this week to meet with league executives and investors. Garber did say he's paying close attention to the work Indianapolis officials are doing to position the city for a bid into the league. Auburn-based Credent Wealth Management is poised to continue growing as recently it received an investment from Texas-based investment firm Crestline Investors. Credent said the influx of funding will support additional mergers and acquisitions and will further help Credent's technology platform, which is used by its financial advisors. Terms of the deal were not disclosed, but the company said Credent's executive team will continue in their existing roles. Market observers say the investment by Crestline continues a trend of investment houses buying stakes in advisory firms to gain scale and to tap into the multi-billion-dollar transfer of wealth from baby boomers to their heirs. Longtime broadcaster Betsy Ross is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC. A weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Marek Mazurek for Inside Indiana Business Radio On Demand.